That
was
fire.
Shout out to the ism. So yes, it's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. It's Mina Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Huh? Oh. I thought that it was music in the background, but I feel like it didn't even sound bad. It didn't even sound bad. It was like an overlay. All right, so yeah, everybody, we here. Mina Thursday, 7 o'clock, new prime time. We got extra special spicy guests with me. I said that plural. I got 2 people with me. We got the great Jade, and we also got the great Erika. Shout out to you guys. Yes, how you guys feeling? Feeling good?
Excited.
Love this. Yeah, and check out Amanda. We got Amanda in the check-in. Santa, always showing that support. So yeah, so a little bit about this episode. First of all, it's called Queer Sippin' Beers. And I'm super excited. It's been a long time in the making. We've been trying to make this episode. I feel like there's been schedule changes, availability. But you know what? We're here. We're making it happen. We're in the present and we're ready to rock and roll. So explain. I mean, this is a beer sipping episode. And I feel like I have a spoiled palate right now. So what beer is this? Jade or Erika, let us know. What are we tasting right now?
Right now, we're starting it off with a non-alcoholic beer. And
this is non-alcoholic.
This is the Untitled non-alcoholic lychee sherbet beer, and it's really fruity. Yeah. You smell it as soon as Erika poured it. You smell the fruitiness.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sherbet. It smells like a sherbet.
Yeah, it's giving off sherbet vibes. Dessert very dessert beer. It tastes good. Honestly, it's crazy that's non-alcoholic. At all.
Yeah, this one is really good. I really enjoyed this, and I love anything lychee, so cheers.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of start off with, you don't have to drink beer in order to be a part of the beer community.
Inclusivity.
Yeah.
Love that.
The non-alcoholic beer is definitely on the come up. You've definitely seen the Heineken Zeros that are, everywhere now, but what I like about the craft beer versions of non-alcoholic is they do get a little bit more experimental, so you get these type of flavors or just different. It doesn't taste as water and malty other I don't know, non-alcoholic
it's a very nice light non-alcoholic from a beer point of view. You're not getting the nice heaviness transition. Yeah, there's a few breweries now that are doing non-alcoholic beers.
Okay.
There's this brewery, Athletic Brewing, and they do styles. They have an IPA non-alcoholic, a stout non-IPA non-alcoholic, a few different styles, pilsners, a pale ale. So it's also for people who just want to not feel left out, especially when you're going to events and parties. Just everyone's drinking, and you just want to also feel included, and not feel left out. So having a non-alcoholic, just to have something in your hand while everyone else has something, makes you feel okay, I'm having fun too. So,
yeah, I love that. I love that. Because also too, what if somebody's a recovering addict, but they still want to hang out with their friends? It's oh, give me this, So I think it's really nice to have beers that make people feel inclusive, make a belonging type of feel. Yes, that part. So all right, let's okay, so we're transitioning. I'm gonna take a little quick sip again.
How do you like it?
I think it's really good. Really, really good. I'm curious if you were to give this to somebody who's a faker and be I'm so drunk. Imagine be yo, she drank 6 of them. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Placebo effect.
A placebo effect. That's what I kept thinking in my head. I was just yo, imagine someone just lied and said they were just really drunk.
I give you an A.
Yo, exactly. All right, so I want the audience to know more about Jade and Erika. So I see from your posts, either post, I feel when I go to Instagram, I feel one thing that I do see that's openly present is beer. So I definitely feel beer connoisseurs is a name that I could be yo, these people know about beer. So my question is when did this journey start? And whoever wants to talk first,
you go first, Erika.
Yeah.
So polite. I love it. Okay.
I guess officially it started about a year or so ago when I first made my Instagram, but I've been creating content on my personal Instagram for some time. But then, yeah, when me and Jade, like, we started drinking more beer together, and then she was just like, let's, I'm going to make an Instagram specifically for beer. And I was like, I want to do the same thing. I think I'm ready to, like, kind of make it into, like, more of a project.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been drinking beer for a long time and doing it on my own. But it's like talking to Jade kind of pushed me a little bit into furthering my career within beer.
Love that. And what about you, Jade? When do you feel like this beer journey started?
For me, it was going on a little over a year now, too. During COVID, I was drinking a lot of beer. And it had to be with an intention of, okay, what am I doing? What am I learning? And just putting that mentality in my mind kind of also separated, like, I'm just drinking to drink, and I'm also, like, drinking to learn. Like, there's two different things for me. Like, drinking to drink and drinking to learn. And when I put it to the idea of learning, it opened up my mind. Like, okay, I should be documenting this. And then I started my Instagram, and then I applied for an internship at the Bronx Brewery. And
Love that.
I further got more and more involved with, like, I want to learn everything about beer, because it became a learning thing for me. It was like, what else could I do? And
Love
it was
that.
just like that spiral of, like, beer is an art. It's made from grain to glass. It's a journey from distribution to consumerism. Like, it's such an art to me that it was just something I fell in love with, and I just continue to learn as I continue this journey. I'm just like, what more could I do?
I felt the passion in there. I'm like, you should get a beer tattoo. Like, just get, like, the classic Homer Simpson Duff mug. Like, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
That's something I'm definitely thinking about.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely felt the passion when you were talking about, like, your journey and just, like, wanting to document it. So I'm curious, how old... And, just answer, like, honestly, how old were either of you when you tried your first beer? And what beer was it?
Well, I started off really with the hard stuff. So I started drinking
Yeah,
when I
I'm
was
dead.
like
Erika's like, I started with the hard stuff.
Yeah, I was drinking, like, the nasty-ass Majorska and, like, just, like, the grossest things you can think of. And I didn't have my first beer probably till high school, where... we rented a telly and we were all
hotel
drinking.
Parties, telly parties.
And they were doing the chugging. When you tap the glass
funnel?
like that?
Yeah.
And it'll, like, go up and you have to chug it.
Yeah.
And it was like a Coors Light. And I was like, all right, I'll drink it. And, it tasted horrible. I didn't like it. But I was like, it was a hot summer day. So I was like, it's not bad. Like, I wonder what other beers taste like. And, I still don't drink Coors Light, but that's kind of what kickstarted the, I'm going to drink more beer now because it tastes nice.
Coors Light is definitely I feel like a party beer.
Yeah.
Like, you get cheap stuff, like Naties, like Natty Ice, Coors Light. What's another one? Bud Light.
Budweiser.
This is like beers that we could get in Costco sizes where we could play a million games. And if you drop one, it's okay. And always cans, because glasses are just never good for a party.
No, and
so, Jade, share with me your first beer. What was it? What was that experience like?
For me, it was definitely in high school as well, and it was like me cutting school and going to Hookies and just having like what was available, which is Modelo and Corona and Tecate. I was hanging out.
Oh, you guys were drinking.
I
was about to say,
hanging around a lot of Mexicans.
What party was this? Look at the bio vibes.
A lot of Mexicans. I'm Mexican, so to me, it's like that's what that family party.
Tecate is good though.
Yeah,
Tecate is good. I like Tecate.
Better than Modelo.
It is.
My opinion,
it is.
Definitely, that was my introduction to like beer, and because I'm Mexican, it's always been around me. But like, I think my first experience with beer had to be a Modelo, like going to a family party and like being underage. I'm like,
they just like give it to you. Yeah, like, I don't know what's wrong with Spanish families.
They're like, here, take one.
Yo, for
and
real.
Then it's just like I had too much, and I got drunk off Modelo. That can't happen now. I'm like, oh, Modelo tastes like water.
It's like water. I can't drink that anymore.
Facts.
It's too much water. Not enough beer.
So I'm curious how this tasting is gonna go. Like, I'm like, do I finish drinking this or do we like move on? I'm like,
we could move on, but I would say yeah, you could finish drinking this one because
I
at least it's
definitely
not
want to
alcoholic.
know what you think about it. Like, what did you like and what didn't you like about it?
So am I supposed to act like a wine person?
So initially,
like,
the experience of beer for me, it's definitely always like, I picked this one because I was like lychee. I love lychee, and also pink. That's my favorite color. So it was like, I pick it out, and
she
then
went for
it's
the
also
aesthetic.
like, I always go for aesthetic and design, and so this was like, okay, no, I was like, I'm gonna pick this.
Yeah.
But then it's just pouring it that sets into that experience, and then like once it's been poured, you get to see the color. And this is very light. I was expecting something more berry, like pinkish, reddish color, but so then it's like smelling the beer. Like, what do you smell? As soon as Erika poured it, it was like you smell fruity, like
definitely sherbet vibes.
Yeah, sherbet. Like straight up. I didn't taste the lychee at all. I just taste sherbet.
But you know what's funny? I didn't know it was lychee, but when all like when both of you mentioned lychee, I get the lychee. I don't know why.
Where do you taste it?
I feel like I smell it. So, like I smell it and I taste it towards the end. I've only had lychee one time. But I do remember it was like I had it in a drink at Morimoto. It's like a restaurant in New York. It's not there no more. But that's when I had it was like a lychee cocktail. It's just delicious. It's crazy. It's so good. So good. But that's where I get the taste of it. I feel like it's definitely I would drink this with fruit or maybe like some type of like light type of poundy cake type thing. Yeah, like I wouldn't have this with mashed potatoes. Cake. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like I don't get heavy food vibes, but it's good. But it's like a time and a place.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I drink it?
Yeah. Okay. You could finish it off. Right. We just wanted to let people know that there's non-alcoholic options, and if you're feeling left out, just definitely pour those. Yeah. And craft beer, usually the craft beer is a little bit more flavorful compared to like Heineken is like the only one I see most often for NAs.
Yeah.
So if you want something with more flavor or a different type of style,
and something
you
fun.
Can try. This one is Untitled Art, Jade.
Yeah, Untitled
And then there's
Art.
also Athletic
Brewing,
which is on the rise.
Nadine, this is for you because you breastfeed. So like when you're hanging out with us, you can drink non-alcoholic Untitled Art.
Yes.
But when you don't need to do that, you drink regular stuff with us. Yeah. But just say this is awesome.
They have non-alcoholic wines too.
Oh yeah.
You could always order Jack and Coke without the Jack.
True. Or ginger ale, Jade ginger without the JMO. Okay. All right, I'm ready for the other tasting. What are we doing now?
So the Modelo might not be cold enough to compare, so we could start off with one of our friends' brews.
Which name?
It's gonna be the Wild East one. It's a blue. I mean blue, yellow and green.
Yeah.
Wild East, right?
Yes, that's a brewery in Brooklyn.
Hey, Brooklyn. All right, so let's continue the interview while we're getting the beers.
Yes.
So we explained a little bit about this journey and how it started, what beers we first had. So I have a question. If you had to cancel one beer, what beer would it be and why? And also everybody that's in the check-in right now, if you had to cancel one beer, what beer would it be? And why? I want to hear the opinions. I want to know. So what are we doing? All right. So first of all, before we get into the topics, what do we got here?
This is Wild East.
Wild East.
All right. It's called Windrushed. It's smoked lager with jerk spice. It's a collaboration with Kicks and Kegs.
I was seeing the Jamaican colors, so I was like, oh, is it like or Mardi Gras vibes? I was like, where are we going? But I love it.
It's one of our friends, Robin.
Yeah.
She helped.
Mark, can we get a close up on this real quick?
She helped brew this, and we went to the event, and it was super awesome. It's such an amazing take on a lager. That's why we brought the Modelo, so you could kind of like taste the difference and how craft beer kind of makes regular beer.
You can put it down, girl. I'm like, you're just like holding it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Because you're like, gonna zoom in. I'm like, I don't know.
Now we good, girl. We got it.
I could only focus my eyes just like
it's
separate.
Okay. So we got Amanda in the check-in. She said, cancel Natty Ice. Amanda, why? Why? I want to know. All right, so what beer would we cancel? Oh, that sounds so good on the microphone.
If we could cancel a beer style,
Pour in front. There you go.
How's that ASMR pour?
ASMR. Marv, do you want one? Pass on. If you want to pour an extra cup, love. Okay. Here you go, friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So
it would definitely have to be if we're canceling a beer style, I think
we gotta do a cheers real quick because I feel guilty just going at it, and then I feel like that's bad luck. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Salud.
Cheers. Salud.
All right. Cheers to you guys too. Cheers to everybody that's watching right now. So Amanda says she would cancel Natty Ice because it's high school water. I'm dead. And then we got Jason Enriquez. Shout out to Jason. First class, second place. Not a beer, but cancel Four Locos for good. Yo, facts.
Yeah,
that was the reason I had a blackout.
Man.
I had my first blackout from that.
Locos?
That was but the first ones.
They don't even make the Four Locos the same.
Yeah.
No, I had the ones before they had to change them. My heart never hurt so much.
Dude.
That shit was not right.
Crazy
I'd be blacking out on those. I remember I had 2 once, never again.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I don't know how I survived that night. But I remember when COVID first came out, it's like if you drank a Four Loko, you could survive COVID. If you drank the first batch of Four Locos.
You're immune to COVID.
This is smoky.
Smoky, yeah.
Smoky.
It also
the clean up spice.
The clean up spice. With
Spicy. Yo, how did I know the taste of that? That's crazy. I don't know. I got like woodsy. I don't know, like burning log, like something like that.
Yeah, it's a very so when we went to this event, they had like oh my god, with the jerk chicken and the music, and it was so amazing.
That's good. See, this is a beer I would have with food.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a beer I would have with food.
It went so well paired with the food, and it's just like amazing vibes. I mean, again, if you guys can follow Kicks and Kegs on Instagram, one of our
Kicks and Kegs, follow them.
Kegs. Yeah. Yes, they this beer is super good, and we want to show you. It is a lager, so
Mina approves.
Yes. Oh, awesome.
Listen, I like it.
Yeah, it's nice
like
and smoky.
Oh, we got a little shout out here. First of all, shout out to Vegan Wine. We got Vegan Wine in the building. Yes, and I will ask the sandwich question, Vegan Wine. I got you. Also, we got Janor Machado.
Oh,
you got 2 queens in your show. They are the greatest. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We're here.
January's fire. He's also a podcast host.
Hey, thank you. Also, everybody that's in the check-in that's brand new, follow that subscribe button. Follow your girl Mina Mendoza, just saying, the Queen of Spice, if you like content like this. That part. Yes. Okay, wait. So back to the question. What beer would get canceled?
Oh, yeah.
Whoever wants to go first.
I would say if it's a beer style, can we please cancel triples and quadruples?
Why?
We do not need that. A double IPA is just enough.
I like double.
It starts at 10%.
Okay. I just picture someone
further in
just crazy.
You shouldn't be drinking a triple. A quadruple is questionable. Why? They're so bitter and so heavy. You get drunk so fast. You don't like.
Oh my God.
The double does it for me. It's just like one, and that's it. I can't do anything.
We're gonna have an IPA a little later on, and just imagine like 4 times what we're drinking.
Yeah, it's just so heavy.
So I could co-sign on that, on the quadruple, triple. Like, why y'all trying to get so crazy? It's a cup of beer. It's like, whoa. All right, what about you, Erika? What we canceling and why?
I don't know. I don't like the whole. I like how Jade did it, like a cancel of styles, but I don't have any style. I guess that would be the one. I don't know. I honestly don't.
Nah.
I don't have at least I'm not ready to talk about who I would want to cancel in the beer industry, but
I'm dead. She's like, I don't want to make enemies now.
Listen, it's a white male dominated industry, so there's a lot of people that like to keep it old fashioned and are not great, but I'm not ready to fight the battles yet.
Yo, listen, girl power. It's on my knuckles for a reason, okay? Yes. Girl power. Say what you gotta say. Say it with your chest, okay? Listen, you said white-dominated male. Yeah. We're gonna change that. So that's what I got out of that.
That's why we're here.
That's what I got out of that. Don't be afraid to express that. Don't be afraid. This is a safe place.
Yes.
Just say it. Just say it.
Of course.
Just say
Thank
it.
you so much.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, we got vegan wine. Cancel Corona-flavored beers. Corona-flavored beers.
I think what you mean is seltzers,
I
probably.
like the seltzers.
The seltzers?
You know what? I back that. I hate the after White Claw, the Claw's the law, they killed it. And now everyone is making seltzers, and we need to stop this now.
Yeah. I feel like every big
Bud Light, Corona, Heineken,
that's true.
all these seltzers, and I'm just like, this is too much.
But I still think that you should give hard seltzers a chance because craft hard seltzers are way better.
Where does this come from? So you got seltzer, you got craft seltzer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the non-alcoholic beer, where the craft beer industry, they care a little bit more about what they're putting out, you know.
It's like when your mom makes you a sandwich.
Yeah. Like
you want a mass-produced sandwich, or you want
a craft seltzer.
I like this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just feeling this, but I'm like, I like it.
It is a difference.
It
and also, again, if you don't like beers, you don't like non-alcoholics, a lot of craft beer breweries are making their own seltzers now.
Yeah. Wow. I've been liking them a lot. I've been drinking them, but I'm a seltzer fan, like, on its own. I love seltzer. So hard seltzer for me was like, but what makes it hard? It tastes so good. Craft hard seltzer though. I don't like White Claw. I don't like White Claw. That was a really bad introduction to hard seltzer.
Oh man, I was totally a part of the Claw's the Law for like an entire summer.
Yeah. That will never be me.
I feel like
judge me.
I feel like I don't like seltzers in general. Like I can't drink seltzer water. For some reason, my mom, when I was like a little kid, I don't know if it's a Peruvian thing or a South American thing. I have no idea. But she traumatized me with seltzer water. So every time I had a stomach ache, no, seriously, every time I had a stomach ache, her cure to this was seltzer water. So I think I drank so much seltzer water that I was sick that like now when I think about it, it makes my mouth water. So when people are like, yeah, just drink seltzer water. And when I see people drinking seltzer water, I'm like, always at a restaurant, they'd be like sparkling still. I'm like, still all the way. No sparkling for me. No way.
Sparkling is the best. I guess I just like the bubbly. Like it's not soda, but it's healthier because it's
like fun soda. It's fun water. Just fun water.
Bubbly,
just take out the water and everything. I just want solid water. I could eat ice cubes forever.
Oh wow. So yeah, that's why I can't enjoy seltzers. They make me like go back to that time, and I'm like.
That's like I can't drink apple juice.
What?
I can't drink because every time I was sick, it was like apple juice is the remedy.
Ginger ale
I
or
can't
apple
drink
juice
apple juice or eat apples.
An apple a day takes the doctor away.
That's what they say until they're like trauma.
Stupid. DK. You know what's crazy? You talked about apple a day. I did want to remember this fact before I don't remember. So I learned something about beer today. Maybe you guys could co-sign on it, but. So I read, I was like, why did people back in the day not drink enough water? Like water in general. We drink an abundance of water just to stay hydrated and stuff. So what I learned is that the reason why people from Europe, and I learned this from my Polish friend, because he was thirsty and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna drink a beer. And I was like, what? And I was like, that's so the opposite. So I feel like it's more of a tradition because back in the day, water wasn't treated. It wasn't sanitized. So back in the day, it was instilled that if you drank water, you're going to get sick. So people were drinking more beer because I guess it was distilled or it went through a purification process, that it was healthier to drink beer in Europe than water.
So yeah, because to make beer, you need really clean water. Yeah. You need very clean water. And also beer is made with yeast. So it was kind of like liquid bread. So I feel like it was not just a hydration issue. It was just people
food.
It's
a both. It's a two thing. Okay, well I learned that right now. Yeah. I learned that.
So people used to just chug them down, and even beer back in the day wasn't made that great, but
it was still cleaner.
It was clunky. Yeah. It was still better than water.
Clunky. Where are we going with clunky? What do you mean clunky?
It was gross. Beer. They don't.
There's beer that's not filtered.
Yeah, back in the day, before we have all this fancy equipment, they were just working with what they got. It was the cleanest water. Yeah.
So, quick question: who do you think is a beer pioneer? One of the most respected beer pioneers in the industry?
I would
and why?
I would definitely say it would be Breezy.
Breezy?
Breeze. She is Breeze Galindo. She is a Mexican brewer at Other Half, which is one of the beers that we brought.
Shout out to Breeze.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. Definitely very inspirational. A very inspirational person in the community that I definitely respect. And like goals, like seeing her, especially when I started like trying to get more involved in beer, trying to find people who look like me, seeing a Mexican woman killing it. It's like there's a space for us. Like that was something that definitely made me.
What type of beer does this person make?
She
like,
works
what makes
at
it so special?
Well, she works at the brewery Other Half in Brooklyn,
but
it's just that it's like she's a woman doing it. Like brewing is not easy, and I learned that when I did the Bronx Brewery internship. Or for me, I've never done anything like that where it was so much heavy lifting and
you had to carry the barrels.
Yeah,
right?
you have to carry like you have to wake up really early. You're in boots.
Jade got mad strong. She got mad strong for that job.
Jade was jacked.
It was like you're around hot temperatures and you're like walking around in boots and you're lifting and a lot of hard work. Yeah. And so to see a woman doing that, and I even, when I met her while I was doing the internship, I asked her, I was like, how do you know this is something you want to do? Because I don't know that I want to do this. Yeah. I didn't know what production was before I did the internship. It was just kind of like, oh, well, I guess I'm doing this. And I just threw myself in, and they threw me in too. I was just like, oh, this is what it is. And knowing her and being like, how do you know? And we had a conversation, and she was just like, I have so much to prove. Okay. And I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah. I'm dead.
Like, this is not for me because I cannot do this every day. I can't.
Yeah, just know that when you are going to like a craft beer place or a brewery, the brewers really love what they do, and they're very passionate and very prideful. And every inch of them goes into making that beer. It's very special to them. Love. And again, you used to just be male brewers, but like women are literally taking back what is rightfully ours, women of color, because we were the ones who were brewing beers, and then men took that away from us too, because they were like, no, you guys can't. This is making you too happy. But now we're coming back, and that's why this person is very important, because she is leading the way for more women brewers to come. And
that part.
Yeah, just
love that. Latinas super inspirational. Yeah. Super Spice Girl, innovative, confidence. I am loving. This is giving me like big dick energy completely. I feel so good being between you guys. Not like that, but like you know what I mean. I feel so confident. I feel so confident. This is such positive energy. So we got the check-in. Oh, we got a lot of people in here. All right, so we got. Brick City made a seltzer, but I heard it sucked. Okay. Co-signing on that.
Dang.
And then we got Lola Laughs. So we got, since it's the first day of autumn, how do you guys feel about ciders?
All right. It goes back to the apple
Shout
thing.
Shout out to Lola.
For me, it goes back to the apple thing.
Okay.
Apple.
She don't like it. Ciders
are fermented apple. Like
ciders, I'm trying to get back into. Yeah. It's rough though. It's like sparkling apple juice, which you might not like.
Yeah, it's apple and fermentation. And
if Janier's still watching, Janier loves ciders, and I'm always making fun of him. I'm like, oh, I have to buy you apple juice now. Great. Like,
no, I'm not gonna knock them. I mean, it's just I don't like apples, but because I've like been exploring hard seltzers, I just always want to continue like trying things, even if they're not for me. I feel like
get uncomfortable.
Yeah, getting uncomfortable definitely helped me like try different things in beer. Like, I didn't like IPAs before, and then just giving them another try for me, it was like, okay, let's try it again. But then I realized there's like IPAs, but there's also like so much under IPAs. Like you have West Coast IPA, you have New England IPAs, you have doubles, triples. You have so many different styles in IPA that it's like you're bound to find something, and I did find something. I like New England IPAs.
What's the difference? West Coast and New England?
West Coast IPAs tend to be a little more. West Coast IPAs tend to be a little bit more hoppier and bitter. I don't like that personally about IPAs. I like the New England IPAs because they do come off a little hazier and they are more like citrusy hops. So it's a little sweeter, but you still get like the hoppiness, but it's not as hoppy as like a regular IPA or a West Coast IPA. And it's just like, I do like IPAs, but when they're too hoppy and too, like, it just makes it very like, ugh. Yeah. And that's kind of what I relearned when I started drinking beer during COVID again. Like, it was just, okay, I gave IPAs a try once, but like she put me onto this one beer. It's called Wrench, and it's a New England IPA.
From Industrial
and
Arts.
I advocate for that beer. Every time someone's like, I don't like IPAs, I'm like, but you have to try this one because it changed my mind.
I'm dead. I thought you were going to say it changed my life. Like, I'm like, I thought that was going to come out of your mouth. I was like, wow.
It changed my mind.
It is a good start off beer for
really
IPAs. If you see Wrench by Industrial Arts, it's like a pink and gray label. That one's a really good beer. It's crisp. It's not too hoppy. It's a good way to start off.
Yeah.
But we're also gonna drink an IPA since we're talking about breeze and IPAs. If Marv can with
Bring
the
us.
other.
Yeah, let's go for it. I was like, who's gonna say it?
Yeah, the other half one. It's the white
rain
label.
shower. The rain showers.
Rain
It's
shower.
Like, I think that's what
I like the name of it.
Has like little rainbow. I mean,
it has the
So just
rainbow
take a
one.
shot of this. Okay.
yeah, but also again, Robin, awesome.
It's good.
Robin is also really awesome. She
Another
is
pioneer
also
in
a brewer. She brews at Wild East.
Yeah.
And she has her own brand, and it's a brewery collection that she has. It's brewery wear, but it's also fashionable, really cool designs that she designs herself. And yeah, so follow at Kicks and Kegs. They're gonna have some really cool clothes coming out, and yeah.
I like the brand name, Kicks and Kegs.
Kicks and
Shout out
Kegs.
to Kicks and Kegs.
Kicks and Kegs.
Yes.
This is Other Half Showers.
Other half shower. This is actually my favorite, I feel like, aesthetic of it. I don't know what it is. It's like monochromatic
This is a double
rainbow
dry,
vibes.
double dry hopped IPA.
It's like, it's giving me Lisa Frank. So that, I like it. I like it.
Oh, the reason why I picked it out was definitely because it was the rainbow can.
Right? It's so pretty.
It's like,
it's
I have to bring Other Half. It's
I'm
one
like,
of
should
my
I change
favorite.
my glass now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm giving
Yeah,
you
because this is gonna be.
Okay.
Um,
New cup for Marv. New cup for everybody. I'm gonna smell it. Mmm. This smells like grapefruit.
Breeze's IG handle.
at Craft Breezy.
Craft
It's
Breezy?
at Craft Breezy. Let's go follow her. Show her some love.
Alright, so just so we could keep this interview going, so we talked about first beers. So now we're gonna have, this is like creativity time. So I do something every episode. Well, I've been starting to do something, and I kind of want to make it a thing. I want to turn it into a series. So this right here, I know it's a coaster, but pretend this is like a
Salud.
salud, 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 salud.
Salud.
Cheers, cheers,
Hey,
cheers.
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 All right. We're going to pretend that this coaster, and everybody that's been rocking with the show, they know what time it is right now. So this is the spice card. Think of like a black Amex as titanium.
That's my goal right there.
You know, so this is the titanium black card. So I'm going to give this card to each of you. And with this card, you will never owe money back. You could get whatever you want. Whatever you want. If you want to get 10 jets, you're never going to owe it again. So this is, if you can make a beer, a bar, any type of, scenario that's going to enhance your beer journey right now, what would it be? Here's the spice card, Jade, and then I'm going to pass it to you, Erika.
Alrighty.
What could I do with this?
You could do anything.
I would definitely give it to small creators because I feel
She's
like
humble. She's super humble.
it's being a small creator myself. It's not easy to create when you're limited by funds.
Oh, yeah.
And me and Erika had the opportunity of receiving a grant for small creators by Women of Evolution.
Yo, so much women. Girl power.
Women of the Bevolution.
Love this.
Go follow them as well.
Yeah,
Great work
they're
within the
doing
craft
some
beer
really
industry.
awesome.
Yes. I love
things,
this.
Yeah.
So good.
So it would definitely go to small creators.
How much would you give them, though?
I would definitely give them I would say we got $300 and we did a lot with that. Like
you could give them 10,000 with that each person.
If this is unlimited,
you will never owe a bill.
Everyone's getting.
You can buy yourself a whole bar and never have to own it for life. Be like, yo, where's the mortgage papers?
Yeah, this
signature.
goes for the small creators. The people trying to open up a brewery, because that is also a challenge.
Okay.
Super hard.
It's super like limited,
and
especially to your funds.
Woman,
if you don't
personal
have
color, forget
about
really?
it.
Yeah.
Are they that discriminatory?
When it comes to getting loans or what is it? Stockhold? Not loans. The other word. Investors. Oh,
it's hard to start your own business if you have
in general.
If you're a woman.
investors.
Yo, that makes me want to do it now even more. Nah, I don't like what I'm hearing. This just gets me mad. I'm a Capricorn.
And if you get like investors or whatever, they want to control your like brand so much, and it's super hard if you just want to like do something of your own. But investors will be like, oh, we don't like that, so we're not gonna give you the money or whatever.
Yeah, you're limited to that.
You're limited.
So it would definitely go to them.
All right.
And I would give them, I'd say, $25,000.
Amazing. Super
Y'all
humble.
deserve it. Y'all all deserve
to the content creators.
Yeah.
The content creators.
Yes.
And the
we know.
we're
We're literally small content creators and I guess kind of home brewers at this point.
Love that.
So it's rough, yeah.
Well, I love that there's a lot of support.
Yeah.
That's what I'm loving.
There is an amazing community that, you know, a lot of women, people of color are like supporting and men and everything, but it's still like an uphill battle for sure. But there is a lot of opening, like, you know, you're welcomed with open arms for sure.
Is this the IPA?
Yeah. Do you like it?
IPA gives me grapefruit. I don't know why. Is that a thing?
Jade, you would know the flavors more than me.
So in comparison to the beer
pear or peach or something like that.
In comparison to the beer that we just had, it's a lot more hazier. And what I mean by that is you see it's cloudy.
It's hazy.
It's cloudy. It's a very light color.
I was gonna ask you too what hazy means, and you just like literally answered. Like, I was like, what's hazy? I don't know what hazy means.
You smell, as soon as you smell it, you smell like a sweetness, like a citrusy hop, like. And when you taste it, when you drink it on the first sip, it does go dry, like, because it's dry hopped. It means it's hopped again after it's been hopped during the fermentation. It goes again another hop. They drop in more hops, and it just gives it that bitter taste you taste at the end of your palate.
All right.
Do you taste it?
Kind of. I'm not sure.
When you drink,
I just get grapefruit.
Try drinking it.
I'm being honest, I do, but it's not bad. I get grapefruit.
No.
I just know it tastes like an IPA.
There's no wrong way of tasting. Okay, whatever.
I just get IPA vibes.
Yeah, it just tastes like a bitter aftertaste.
Yeah.
After you've had the sip and it just dries out, it just lingers there.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I like it. I like it. I like the smell. I feel like I'm not a beer genius, but I feel like this content might be a little higher. No, I feel like the Jamaican beer is higher.
No. The ABV. This one was 5.2 ABV, and this one is 7.4.
This is
ABV.
drunk.
So we jumped up quite a little bit.
Little bit.
Let's just say. You're gonna be a little
okay,
because we still have a couple more.
I pass the spice card to you, my friend. What are we doing with this? Take me somewhere.
Man. You know, I don't know. I could go down the same route as Jade, or I could just.
I mean, she already did it for you guys, so I'm just like, what are we doing with this spice card? Do something for yourself, self-love.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I love to like travel and stuff, but yeah, giving back is kind of like one of my favorite things to do. So if I could travel and give back, that'd be cool. Like all expensive paid traveling, but like I don't know, go to like different places where I could give out stuff like food or clothing or like I don't know, have events and stuff like free events, you know.
Aww. Love that.
We're always taking my nephew to like free events like where they do like face painting or giving out hot dogs, you know, like family fun stuff. That's super cool. So I would kind of like travel the world and do that, like have little events.
Okay. Love that. Anything else you would like to add? Remember, you will never owe anything back. You'd be like, yo, I can buy a Maybach right now.
Well, since Biden didn't pay off my loans, I guess I would do that.
Hey, there you go. So pay off the loan.
Pay off the loans. I want to be debt free, man.
Debt free. We could open a beer college. Like we could do a lot with
this. You see the difference between Jade. Jade has a lot of passion for beer, and she wants to work within the beer industry. I just like love content creating. Like I just want to make videos and take photos too. Okay. So like I would do that side. Like that's what I mean by travel, and make like vlogs and stuff, and just do photos and plan parties and events. That's what I like to do in the beer world. I don't want to work within.
Well,
but Jade is like, I want to work.
I will open the beer college for you, and then I'll take the photos.
Though. I'm really bad at teaching. I feel like we're on the same journey, but not really, because we had to do different things within the community.
Okay.
Like, for me, it's like, yeah, I did the whole production internship where I was brewing, and I was just working, like, with packaging, and then, like, doing content. I started doing social media managing. I've designed websites for breweries, and, like, I've also just started beer tending, like, serving beer, and I just started another job doing more beer stuff.
You're all in.
And so it's like, I feel like...
Just get the beer tattoo already.
Just
That's it. Just get the beer tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't open the beer college. We'll just open like a beer, like have fun drinking beer, where we could have her host.
Hey.
And then we'll have a huge table. A bigger table. And we'll do the same thing that we're doing right now.
Yes. We got Erika behind the scenes.
We'll hire Marv. We'll hire you guys. Hey. And then every week, everyone gets to try different beers.
That would be actually pretty cool.
That's actually really awesome, because that's the most intimidating thing about beer.
Yes.
I mean, we have the event space, so if you guys ever wanted to set up.
She's like, we're down.
I mean, the stuff is here. I'm just saying.
Is this on the unlimited?
It's all about... It's all about organizing.
Is this on the unlimited?
Yeah, well, she's funny. She's funny. I mean, listen, we could definitely try to work something out. I would love to host an event for you guys. We could do an event here.
That'd be awesome.
We have a huge space. Curate it to what you guys want to say to the community. It'll be really dope.
We could definitely talk about that later on. But yeah, I'm super down. But yeah. Just giving back and traveling. That's what I would do.
Love that.
And drink beer. That'd be super great. I don't know. I don't like the idea of having like too much money. I just want to be comfortable and have fun.
Okay.
I was thinking about the other day. I was like,
I just want to be content.
I want my family and my friends to be taken care of, and then I just want to like hang out, like, you know.
All right. Love that, Erika. All right, so I'm looking at the check-in. We got the spice card back. Ooh, you guys are chatting it up.
Chatting it up. Yeah, keep chatting it up.
Yeah, definitely. We got is there vegan beer? Is beer vegan?
There's gluten-free beer, but
for people who are allergic to gluten.
But I don't know. I think all beer is vegan, isn't it?
Right?
I mean, we have to fact check.
Honey, lanolin, none of that, right?
There is lactose in some of the beers.
But that's
depending, like sour beers.
Like a milkshake IPA or something.
Yeah. So.
You could, if you're going to a brewery, you can just ask them. I'm not sure. But I feel like it is.
I feel like I've been asked this before too.
What?
Is if there's vegan beer.
Hold on, we got a question in the chat.
What's up?
So shout out to Brielle. Shout out to Brielle in the check-in. She says, does beer before liquor actually get you sicker, and why? Interested from experts.
Oh man, me and Jade played around with this. And we did cocktails all night once.
What?
We did beer all night and ended with a cocktail, and then we did cocktails all night and ended with a beer. Which one was better?
Honestly,
that's the only thing we did.
All I remember is this one time we definitely went to get beer. We definitely went to get beer. And then we went to NJ Beer, and then we ended up at Roomba right across the street.
I'm dead.
And I blacked out. I think we both blacked out.
I was about to say, how did you guys remember?
I remember blacking out. The next day, we're just like.
I think our theory is if you have cocktails and end the night with a beer, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But if we do it the other way, we ended up blacking out each and every time. So we just always, if we're doing cocktails, we'll end it with a beer, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we don't mix it up, and we don't mix up hard liquor. Like, usually when we drink beer, it's really not to get drunk, it's to taste, even though, like, you know, there's a point where you're, like, 4 beers in where you might not taste as much anymore. Yeah. But, yeah, we don't drink beer to get, like, trashed. So it's hard to, like, mix in hard alcohol with that or, like, cocktails. But sometimes we're out with friends and you do have to strategize. So what
because it's like, what if you get a shot?
No.
You'll turn it down?
I'll always turn down.
You give it to Jade.
No.
Like, you almost got me.
Again, I mean,
I was try to strategize with, like, what we learned works best for us is drinking water, like a full glass of water. Lots of water.
With the water, guys.
H2O has saved us so many times, especially when you're drinking so much beer. It's like, all right, I've had one full glass of water, and when we're switching off, we try to do something not too, like, if we're doing...
It clears off your palate.
Yeah, we won't start off with beer and then go into cocktails, because it does get crazy to start off beer first, and then so it gets really bad.
Yeah, let's get to the next beer. So what we doing? What we doing next? This is awesome.
Wait, what do we have?
We have the IPA.
Stout, and we have the Modelo.
We have the homebrew. I guess, Marv, you can bring whatever is cold next, because those were the 3 that were cold.
Let's go. All right, so while Marv's getting the beer, we're going to go into a next question, because this is something that I'm actually very curious about. And also, thank you, Brielle, for the question. Definitely got it answered. Thank you for the support. Also, we got the Sea of Seeds. I don't know who that is, but thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. I love it. Yes, she said it gets crazy. Yo, I'm dead. All right, so I do have this question about, I'm curious about advertising for craft beers. Why is it that I am more likely to see a Corona, a Heineken commercial than a craft beer one? I've never seen a craft beer commercial.
It's definitely budgeting, I would say.
Yeah.
Because they're small breweries. They're not.
Yeah.
So
they don't have, like,
large breweries, so they don't have those funds. They don't have the funds to, like, really advertise on like commercial or, like, big advertisement, unless you see, like, big beers like Corona, like they have the funds for that. For breweries, you kind of just, the way you learn about the beer is just going to go drink it.
It's literally more so community based, and they really focus on, you know, the town that they're in and try to get people through that. But it does come down to, like, money. I mean, these beer like Modelo or Corona or Heineken or Budweiser, they have been around for such, like, much longer time. They are mass produced, so they could handle, you know, delivering this beer.
Yeah.
And they partner up with, like, huge things, you know, like NFL, it's like Budweiser.
That's true.
You know, like, they get all this publicity where it's harder for smaller breweries to, you know, compete with that. But I did see, like, I was watching the Mets game and I saw Coney Island Brewery plastered on TV, like where they were batting.
Like, already there, like,
no, but that's like
I seen
that
more
was pretty
Doghead.
cool.
Like, I've seen Doghead, because Doghead is a craft beer, right?
Those beers, there's a lot of beers that also there's, like, a little problem going on where these big, massive beer things are buying out craft beer. Like, Heineken is
so it's like Walmart.
Like, they're buying out these.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so, like, when you see, like, Lagunitas or, like, Doghead, like, I don't know who's being, like, bought out, but, like, a lot of these things are starting to be bought out. So it's also pretty annoying. Huh?
The pandemic.
No, they just know, like, you know, people are starting to be interested.
It's going towards craft beer.
And they want to, you know, they want a cut of that.
Because I was gonna say, craft beer is not cheap.
It's not.
No.
You know, but it's great quality beer. Like, I have no problem. Because normally when you go to, like, a store, Coronas are, like, what, maybe $5, $7.
But it's a lot of water. It's mass produced. There's, like, no love. Trust me. Like, you want, and especially if you want variety of flavor. Yeah. There's so many different styles. There's non-alcoholic. There's seltzers. And there's, like, always a pretty awesome community. So, that's why you don't really see that much.
You know what's crazy? Somebody just asked the question that you just basically answered. So shout out to the CSCs. They literally just asked, do you think the larger commercial brands are trying to buy out local breweries due to the competition?
Yeah.
So they just answered your question, the CSCs. So that's funny that you literally just said that. That's dope.
Because it's upsetting. It's just like, oh, we can't get anything. The craft beer industry is relatively new. Like, and, you know, again, it's still owned by like these like white males that we could probably gain leverage over, but it's like if they're bought out, then what are we gonna do?
You guys should have like a group of women, like 30, and just go into a bar with the same shirt. Yo, I'm so serious. That'd be crazy. And yo, Erika, you gotta film it.
You want to do like a flash mob?
Yo, I'm so serious. This is what I thought in my head. I'm like, yo, just do some crazy shit like that, yo. What are you guys here for? Why are you doing it? Because there's too many men.
There's too many men. We need to take over.
Yo, that part. Make sure that you make every guy in there uncomfortable.
It does feel uncomfortable.
OD.
It feels uncomfortable when you go to these breweries and they're just men, and you're just kind of like.
True.
Sometimes even the servers are just slightly rude to you because they're just like, you don't know anything beer. Like, how do you?
Yeah.
First of all, mind your business.
And it's just like,
second of all, judge me last. Like, you don't know shit. So
there's a way to be
wrong.
like helpful when you're trying to like teach someone how to drink beer, and there's a way of like, ugh, like you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, even when we bought this, like the guys, two guys in front of us, they bought a 12 pack, and he's like, oh wow, you guys are gonna really like this beer. It's gonna be like super good. Like, and I'm like, dude, I drank this beer. I know what I'm drinking. I literally told Jade to pick out those. I told Jade to pick out those two. Like, you don't have to tell me. Like,
facts.
We like, you're buying beer and I'm buying beer. That's it. Like, we're just in the same spot. Why do you think? I don't know why guys have to like no offense to all guys, but like 90% they have to like put themselves in the situation. That's
mansplain everything.
Basically. Oh, all
right, let's try this beer.
So this is the homebrew that me and Jade made. There's no label for it.
Handmade with love.
We made that with a
we're
few friends.
We're not like the best homebrewers out there, but we had so much fun making this. We got a bunch of our friends who are LGBTQ allies or a part of the community themselves, and we actually raised money for a nonprofit called Generation Q.
Yeah, it's in Queens.
Yeah, and we raised $100, and then we also got a beer from it, and it was super fun to make and teach people, you know, just kind of give them hands-on experience of, you know, what it is to be a brewer, even though we're not real brewers. Yeah. At the end of the day, it was just like a fun thing to do.
That's cool.
So it's a lager, and also even I think the hops that we used or the yeast, what was it? It was community.
So basically we gathered some friends and we just used a brewing kit because it's just a little simpler than like sourcing the ingredients ourselves. It just comes with a kit, and so we got it. It was from Northern's Brewers, and it was the community.
Oh, it's dark.
Community brewing kit.
It's dark.
Community, yeah. We'll talk. It's not supposed to be dark, but it's okay.
I'm okay to drink this, though.
Yes, we have drank it a couple times, and it's good. It's good to drink.
Okay.
Don't worry, we have tested it out.
Pour beer
we
from
have tasted it.
Here, try this with us.
We did get to name it. So
what's the name?
Since it was brewed with the community brew kit, we
cheers.
Salud. Cheers. We and because we're raising money for Generation Q, we named it the community.
The community.
The community.
I love that.
Yes.
That's very gentle.
This is our second time homebrewing, so we don't expect to be that good. It's gonna take a little while to get better, but you know, we're proud of it, and it was just a regular lager.
You do get like caramel like notes like.
That's what I'm saying. It's like very. It's not heavy on my tongue. It's very light on my tongue.
Flavor.
It actually makes me excited that you guys are happy.
The exciting part about homebrewing.
I felt so insecure for I was like, Jade, oh man, we messed up on this.
Yeah.
Like, will people even drink it? And I was like, I'm just gonna drink all of it, if anything.
Well, the exciting part about homebrewing is that you get to share with your friends.
Yes.
And you get to say,
awesome.
hey, we made this and we made that with our friends.
That would be an amazing wedding gift.
Who do we make? Yeah, shout out to Seren, Joho, Ruby, and that was it. Oh yeah. Thanks for helping us homebrew. That was super awesome. There's a lot of homebrewers, and if you know anyone that homebrews, definitely try their stuff.
Yeah, it gives them a boost to continue going, because it's not easy to try to make something. And
the support.
This is the second time we do this, and the second time was so much fun because we get to bring our friends along and talk them through the process and have a beer to brew with together.
Would you ever go further than this? With home brewing, would you want to make it into?
I definitely. So the thing about home brewing is you have to have space.
Okay.
And I live in New York. So there's no space ever in my apartment. Yeah. So doing it in Erika's home is a little, better, but it's you have to be on top of temperature. Temperature is very important for when you're brewing beer.
Yeah.
And that was something that we didn't keep an eye out, because it's going back and forth. And so it was just moving forward, I would definitely, we brewed 5 gallons of this.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's 40, how much? 40. It was
48.
48 bottles.
Beers.
Yeah. But there's places like the Brooklyn Brew Shop that does 1 gallon, so you could brew at a smaller
batch. We want to try that next.
Do that next time, because it gets experimental, which is the exciting part about brewing beer. It's you're making something from scratch, and then it becomes alcohol, and now you're sharing it.
I think the bigger home brewers that I know is Hot Plate. Hot Plate. And I think one of the owners is Mexican, and they're about to open their own brewery, and it's crazy to think that they were where we were at, and
where
now they're, I believe it's in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's super impressive, and they're still selling their home brews, but they have such a more advanced kit than us.
You got to start somewhere though.
Yeah. So you start off with these
respect the process.
Yeah. And you could build up to better equipment, and also if you guys or ladies are interested in home brewing, the kits are super cheap. You could start off really small with 5 gallon or the 1 gallon. But you could also make wines and ciders on your own. So if you want a project that you could do with your friends or a loved one, it's super fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Brooklyn Brew Shop one yet, but on their website they have so many cool recipes you could do with beer. Mm-hmm. I tried. I made the. They had a what is it called? The thing that made. That thing with
what I say, by the 4th beer, you're already
How did I forget? It's chickpea. It's chickpea. It's the chickpea thing that you dip.
Hummus? I'm chickpea?
Beer hummus.
I'm
beer hummus.
Wait, beer hummus?
I made beer hummus.
She did make beer hummus.
I made beer hummus.
I mean, that wouldn't taste that bad,
and it was with an IPA. So you definitely tasted the hoppiness of the IPA in the hummus.
Everybody in the check-in, would you eat a beer hummus? You should try to sell that to Trader Joe's. You should sell that to Trader Joe's on Oktoberfest.
We also just we made a burger, and we mixed it with bacon and brown sugar, and it came out super good. There's so many recipes that you can mix. We made chicken beer too, where you put the chicken on a beer can, and it's supposed to
I've seen that. What's the point of that?
I don't know. It's supposed to add it's supposed to make the chicken more juicy. I couldn't tell. I don't know.
But you open the beer and just let it leak into the chicken. Drunken chicken.
You basically put this into the chicken.
And you
it's
pour
aggressive.
Beer. Yeah.
It's aggressive.
And then you eat the chicken.
It releases the aroma of the beer. I think that's what it's supposed to do.
So we got Lolo Laughs. How long does it take to homebrew?
Depending on the beer style, it has to lager for some time. So ours was 4 weeks, and then an extra 2 weeks to let it carbonate. So it was a total of 6 weeks.
Almost a month and a half.
Yeah. Close to
and you have to first you brew it, and then you have to bottle it. So and then 2 or 3 weeks later you have to bottle it, and then once you bottle it you have to put it back
for a while,
let it sit.
And then it carbonates.
It's like literally having a little baby. You're
you're like holding it for some time.
You're like,
I love it. I love honestly, like, I love drinking this beer because I know the way you've been speaking about beer and how much love that you put into a beer. I feel very special to drink this cup of beer.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because people don't care. I mean, wait, time out.
I don't know that. I appreciate that you care.
But I'm coming from the journey, and I'm just like, wow, this is such a great cup of beer. I'm just saying.
We're coming from the craft beer community to tell you that people care.
That part. And then we got Brielle in the check, and she's like, hell yeah, beer and a seafood boil. I've never had a seafood boil.
That's Jade.
Before.
I don't eat seafood.
I've never had it.
Boil.
Seafood, yeah, but never had like a seafood boil.
No, it's
what kind of beer do you drink with that seafood boil? What's the recommendation?
Honestly, it depends because sometimes it's the sauce that they use, the seasoning that it's like. That's like if it's Cajun, yeah. Sometimes it's garlic, sometimes depending, they have a special one, depending where you go. So it's always, I would say it would have to depend on like the flavors of that for you to like pair it with a beer because it would have to like pair well.
All right, we got two more. We got a question from the check-in, and also Nadine's co-signing on some beer foods. Chicken franchise has beer in it sometimes. And just one last question, because I am looking at the time. I'm like, oh, man, we did it. It happened. All right, from Lolo Laughs, what's your favorite food that needs a beer?
A burger.
Yeah, 100%.
A burger. I used to do this every Thursday. I would go get a burger and have a beer with it. And that was like
It's so good.
This is me time.
Mine is wings.
Wings is
wings and beer. I'm like, but it can't be a heavy beer. Like I need to drink a light beer with wings because I'm about to eat like 20 wings. So it's like
an amber or like a what is it, the red lager or something. What is it? Red? I don't even know. I used to go to like this like Korean chicken spot and they always had this like pitcher
Koreans
of beer
and their
deal.
chickens. I don't know why. Good shit.
Yeah, but definitely a burger.
Okay.
I mean, a burger and beer.
Burger and beer goes good together.
Yeah.
I mean, B&B, it just...
Yeah, B&B Thursdays. Those are
I'll get yourself a burger and a beer right now.
Yes. All right, so what we're going to do right now, guys, because the time is done.
I know.
I want Erika, Jade, first of all, I just want to say thank you. It's been a long time coming, having this episode happen. I feel like it was like truly something special, super chill vibes. I'm loving the episode. So thank you for bringing such positive energy. I do want to give you guys the platform to, give some shout outs. First of all, your IG handles, maybe some projects that are going to happen that we should look out for. So this is your time right now.
Do you want to go first or whatever you want to do? Okay, so yeah, Erika Mann's here. I have I guess Instagram, Quenched by Craft, and shout outs. Wow, I feel like we shout out so many people. We shout out Breeze, we shout out Robin, Hot Plate. We came in with the Hugging the Bar merch, so. If you haven't, follow Hugging the Bar. If you want to keep up with like news within the craft beer industry, Courtney is really awesome. Who else am I missing? Oh, Beers a Go Go. Also, they're this couple awesome content, always updating, always inspiring me. That's why I've been updating a lot more often. Who else? I feel like. Oh, also. It is Oktoberfest, and I believe next week is October 1st. Yeah. And I guess I would consider her a mentor at this point. And she runs this thing called Blocktoberfest. If you want to go beer hopping in one spot, this is where to do it. It's all the New York Oli, right? Craft beer. New York craft beer in one spot. Go to it. Okay, you get like a little cup like this and you can sample all these beers and it's awesome. And I feel like I'm forgetting so many people, but I don't know. I'm sorry if I forgot you, but also upcoming projects. I'm not sure. I do want to get my podcast up and running. I do want to do YouTube.
Come do it here.
Right. I should. Just keep a lookout on that podcast, YouTube. Sorry if I didn't shout you out, but yeah, just the best way to keep up on the updates is following my beer page, Quenched by Craft. And yeah, thank you. That's it.
Yes. All right. Jade. I feel like I want another thing. Do you have another one?
We have more beer.
Okay, I'm like, this is so good. This is so good.
I'm a craft beer sippin on Instagram. I do a lot of beer content, reels, photos, just kind of what I'm doing right now. So you could follow me to see what I'm up to.
Sorry, Mama, I didn't stay there. Erika, where's Blocktoberfest? You didn't say where it was.
It's in the Brooklyn Navy Yard.
Oh, I've been there. I partied there.
Yeah, and it's a huge space. They're gonna have DJs. They're gonna have food carts. They're gonna have like I think over 40 breweries.
It's a dope spot.
Based. Yeah,
been there for like raving.
Yeah, just buy your tickets as soon as possible. And honestly, it's such a good time. Like you can try so much beer. You could eat. You could meet a bunch of people. You could dance. Go. Yeah, buy your tickets, and trust me, like me and Jade will be there. I hope Mina comes.
I want to go. Mina brews all these beers. So I want to go. We should get everybody from Bravery to go.
It'll be fun.
Everybody wears the same shirt. Everybody wears the same shirt.
We need the same shirt.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm all about like this whole. I still think you guys should come in a bar with like the same shirt.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
We gotta do a flash mob.
We're definitely gonna do it.
Yes. All right, Jade. I'm sorry. Shout out.
It's okay. No. Craft beer sippin. Follow me. See what I'm up to. And then my other page is Queer Sippin' Beers, and that's more of what I focus on, like creating events for queer people to like come together at the end of the month. It's a monthly thing. This for October, we're doing a queer karaoke, and
I want to do that. I want to do queer karaoke.
Oh yeah, that's after Blocktoberfest. We're doing karaoke. So if you want to join the party, after party,
I am going.
It'll be like bring your favorite beer to share with everyone. So
everybody in the chat room, we're all going. Everybody,
we're the same shirt.
Brielle, Amanda, Nadine, everybody, same shirt vibes. Same shirt.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
That'd be epic. Yes, I love that.
Gosh.
This was a great episode.
Yes.
This was definitely a great episode. Any other like last words before we go?
Last words, JJ?
If you want to do anything in beer, do it, because when I got into it, I didn't see any representation, and the more I dug, the more I came to see more people are actually in the community that are like me. People of color, Latinas doing their thing, and so whatever is in the way, just keep going, do it, create opportunities, even if there isn't one for you.
Vibrate higher,
manifest anything you want. That's all I gotta say right now.
Love that.
Yes.
I
think we could close off, and it was such a pleasure drinking and trying new beers.
Yeah.
And next time we'll come with another
This
set
was
of beers.
great.
There will be a part 2. Okay,
yeah. Part 2. We're still in the works, but it's gonna happen. All right. So everybody has been checked in with us in the check-in today. It's been beautiful, amazing. Shout out to everybody that supported today. Shout out to Bravery Studios. Like and share. Hey,
follow.
Subscribe. It's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We're out of here.